grass is not greener on the other side. The grass is green where you water it. Often in life, we compare our life to other people's. They have it so much better. Their life is so much easier. They have more money. They have a better car. They have higher grades. They're so much smarter than me. All the girls or guys like that person. No one likes me. We start lowering ourselves and putting other people on this pedestal. But the person driving the Lamborghini wishes they had a jet. The person driving the Toyota wishes they had the Lamborghini. The guy on the bike wishes he had the Toyota. And the guy in the wheelchair wishes he had legs. So, in today's video, we're going to be talking about how, in order to start living a life that you are truly excited about, getting the grades you want, having the kind of money you want, achieving the things you want, living a life that you are proud of, being someone that you're proud of, and ultimately creating a life that you love. The first step, start watering the grass where you are instead of thinking the grass is so much greener over there. Get your notebooks. This is going to be a good one. Now, for those who are new, my name is Lawrence. I'm a youth empowerment speaker and an author. You can purchase my books in the link below. I help teens and young adults improve self love, confidence, and their outlook on life. And I don't know about you, but there's certain songs that I just love. They bring so much nostalgia for me, and I have a lot of memories associated with certain songs. One of them is Love Yourz by J. Cole. In the song, he describes his life growing up. He didn't have much money, and he would look at other people and see that, their life is so much better. They have the money, they have the video games, they have the girlfriend, they have the two-parent household, they have just all the stuff. And being a kid, he naturally thought their life is so much better. Throughout his life, he, becomes world famous musician, makes millions of dollars, and realizes that the real beauty in life is the simple things. People who love you, waking up proud of yourself, being someone who you're proud of, being able to impact the lives of others in a positive way. And money is great, opportunities are great. If you want that nice car, go for it. If you want that relationship, go for it. But don't pedestalize the things. You need to learn to love you. You need to learn to love waking up in the morning. You need to learn to love your life. And it starts, let's firstly begin with this because I understand a lot of people who watch my content, we've had some struggles in life. Maybe it was childhood issues, could be mental health challenges, could be people are bullying you, grades are low, you're just like, man, what's the point in going to school? There could be issues like that. So, how does someone learn to love their life if that's the situation that they're in? The first thing I would say is understand that where you are does not have to be where you stay. Yes, right now grades are low. Right now money is low. Right now you having issues at home, you're having issues at school, whatever the case is. But where you are right now doesn't have to be where you stay forever. It's really easy for us to get into that mentality of my life is just going to be like this forever. I'm doomed. I'm going to fail. And we start speaking negative to ourselves. And I've been there. I've been there plenty of times when I thought my life was just going to keep going down and down. There have been plenty of times like that for me. But the way I got out of it was firstly understanding I could. It starts there. Understanding you can. That's step number one. You just need to remind yourself, I can. Grades might be low. I might have straight F's. I'm failing. 1.0 GPA. It's terrible. Okay? The things I have done have led me here. So, what do I need to change? What behavior do I need to change? Do I need to get a tutor? Do I need to start being nicer to people because no one's being nice to me? So that might be something I'm doing. A lot of people, I got bullied growing up, so I understand there are people who just are going to bully you just cause. But sometimes it's that we're trying to make friends with people that we're not meant to be friends with. If you like Pokemon cards, go hang out with the kids who like Pokemon cards. If you want to go ride bikes, go find somebody to do that with. Find your people instead of trying to fit in where you're not meant to. So once you understand that you can create a life that you enjoy, once you understand that you can change your circumstances, now you need to figure out, what do I need to do? What kind of actions should I take? What kind of behavior do I need to change? Like I said, maybe you need to study to improve those grades. You need to turn in your homework. You need to improve what you're eating. You need to sleep more. You need to stop playing video games so much. Whatever it is for you. You know yourself better than I know you. But before we even get to the point of taking the actions, we need to figure out, where do I want to go? On a simple level, I want to improve my grades. Okay, be specific. I want to go from an F to a C. I want to pass. I want to get my first job, like my after school job. I want to get a girlfriend. I want to make friends with someone. I want to save $500. You need to figure out where you want to go. And now, once you figure out what you want, where you want to go, you got to figure out what you need to do. But most importantly, who do I need to become? In order to have that money, that job, that opportunity, who do I need to become? What behaviors would that person take? You have to see yourself as that person before you're that person, if that makes sense. When I decided I wanted to become a professional speaker, at the time I was very shy, unconfident, nervous, overthought everything I say. But I realized, in order to get here, such as where I am now, I had to see myself as that kind of person. I had to believe that I could. Even when the external results didn't say so, even when I was posting videos, one view, even when I was outside recording, even when people was honking car horns at me, even when the phone overheated, so I had to re-record the whole video and it took like an hour to upload, even then, I had to believe that somehow, some way, I could. I had to believe in myself before the results were there. If you want to go from an F in your class to an A plus, you gotta believe it is possible. Even if it seems delusional to other people. It seems so delusional that you're going to get into college and be the first one in your family to graduate. It seems so delusional to people that you're going to become the next president. It seems so delusional to people that you're going to go to the NFL or the NBA or achieve that goal or start that business or start modeling or make art or become a rapper or poet or musician or author. It seems so delusional to people. But all you got to do is know, somehow, some way, I'm going to make it possible. Right now, you might not know how, but you know what you want. So the next thing is, how do I need to do? Like, what do I need to do? How can I find the information? Who can teach me? You could go on YouTube and search up how to become a successful musician in 2026. There's tutorial. How to start a art business and sell paintings on Instagram. How to start, let's just say you want to become a basketball player. How to improve my three-point shot. How to XYZ. And you can find tutorials. You can find information. But you have to implement the information. You have to take action on what you know. Because your life isn't going to improve based on what you know. It's going to improve based on what you do with what you know. Because, like I said at the start of the video, the grass is not greener on the other side. It is green where you water it. We think that, oh, once I get to the NBA, my life is gonna be good. I'm gonna have the money. I'm gonna have a girlfriend. I'm gonna have the cars. I'm gonna have a house. I'm going to be able to, I don't know, move your mom and dad and brothers and sisters to a safer neighborhood. Whatever it is that you want. We think that my life is gonna be so much better over there, but in order to get there, you have to water the grass where you are. In order to get there, you have to believe that you can. In order to get there, you have to take the actions. You have to think like someone who is there. If your bank account has $2 in it, you have to think, if I was a millionaire, what would I do? And take action in alignment with that. So, yes, the millionaire version of you might have a certain car, or might live in a certain place, or might wear certain clothes. And obviously, you don't have the money to do those things. But what you do have the ability to do is watch YouTube videos about those things. You have the ability to imagine it. See yourself driving that car, first person perspective. Think, how would I feel? How would I feel if I had that money? I would feel calm. I would feel relaxed. I wouldn't be worried. I would feel proud of myself. I would feel happy. I would feel excited. I would feel like I can get anything I want. Okay, so how can I make myself feel that before I have the material thing? Okay, well, I could listen to music that makes me excited. I could watch movies about these sort of things. I could watch like apartment tours on the internet. I could watch those day in the life of a millionaire videos. I could listen to entrepreneur motivation soundtracks. Whatever it is for you. But the goal is to feel it. And I know, especially to men, that might seem overly feelings, but it's the truth. You have to feel like the person who can in order to be the person who does. You have to be a millionaire before you become one. Now, you might think, oh, well, what about lottery winners? Great example. Most lottery winners, I think it's like 98% of them or something, they lose it within 5 years. So they get $100 million out the blue. Within 5 years, they lost it all. Why? Because they weren't a millionaire before they were a millionaire. And logically, that doesn't make sense. But what it means is that in order to have the life you want, in order to get those grades, you have to identify as someone who can. In order to get that relationship, in order to get that career, that job, that degree, that car, whatever it is for you, you have to identify as the person who can. You have to see yourself as, I could do it. I know I can. I'm the man for the job. I'm the woman for the job. I'm going to get that car, that relationship. I'm going to improve my grades. I am the person who can. Now, Lawrence, how do I start to believe that I can? How do I do that? Because right now, money is low, grades are low, job didn't hire me, I'm having issues. What am I supposed to do? Because all the evidence in front of me says no, 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 no. I'm 15 years old. I've never had a job. I've never had a girlfriend. I'm failing all my classes. I'm having issues at home. What am I supposed to do? Like, everything's saying I can't. The first thing to do is when you notice those thoughts saying that you can't, ask yourself, who told you that? Where did that come from? Okay, maybe mom and dad said that to you. Maybe friends, family, relatives, people at school said that to you. Okay, now you know where it's coming from. Is that true though? Like beyond the shadow of a doubt, is it true? No, not really. I mean, it's technically possible for me to start making some money. It's technically possible for me to get a girlfriend. It's technically possible. Okay, now the way you remove the bad belief is proof. You prove to yourself that you can. And in the process, there's going to be these emotions that come up because when you decide that you want to change a belief, especially like a really deep one, it's kind of like your mind and personality split. So on one side, you can think of it like the angel on your shoulder. You could do it. You can have that dream life. You're able to. It's possible. But on the other side, you have like this devil on your shoulder that's saying, no, you can't do it because you remember when you tried and then you failed and then people made fun of you. You remember what your mom and dad and brother, sister, aunt, uncle, niece, cousin said. You remember what your third grade teacher said. You remember what that girl you asked out said. You remember this, you remember that, you remember this, you remember that. And you're going to throw all these past things at you, but it's going to feel a lot of emotions. So when you notice those emotions, you can just say, okay, I'm feeling this. I remember that, but the past is the past. And then you take action. And it's like it starts to weaken it down a little bit and it strengthens this one up. And eventually it goes from being like this to like this. The devil on your shoulder goes down and gets quiet. The angel on your shoulder goes up because I have so much proof that I can that it would be silly to keep listening to the past. Yes, that girl from third grade rejected you. Yes, when you were 5 years old, your third grade teacher, well, you wouldn't have been in third grade, but you get the point I'm making. When you were 5 years old, somebody said something mean to you. When you were 15 years old, some girl rejected you in front of the school. When you were 12, somebody said something or did something. Okay, yes, that happened. That was real. But I'm not 12 anymore. I'm not 5 anymore. That the past is the past. The future is the future, and the present moment is the present moment. So instead of being a slave to my past, I'm going to be the master of my present. Instead of being a slave to my past, I'm going to be the master of my present. I'm going to create the life that I want. I'm going to live the life that I want. I'm going to be the person I want to be. I'm going to impact people. I'm going to achieve the thing that I know I'm capable of because I'm no longer a slave to that and I'm moving in this. In this present moment, who are you choosing to be? In this present moment, where are you choosing to go? In this present moment, what life are you deciding? In this present moment, are you committed to your future and your growth and the moment right now? Or are you saying, I can't because of what mom and dad said. I can't because of what my third grade teacher said. I can't because of what my ex-girlfriend said. I'm going to be a slave to the past. I'm going to be a slave to the people who aren't even in my life anymore. I'm going to be a slave to the memories instead of being the master of my present moment and my future. I'm going to allow what so and so said all these years ago to stop me from creating a life that I know I'm capable of. I'm going to let that stop me now. It's silly, but this is what most people do because the emotions, and we keep just listening to, oh, but what if this happens? What if that happens? What if this? What if that? What if this? What if that? But what if it works out? What if it works out better than you could have imagined? What if you exceed your own expectations? What if you realize that you're capable of so much more than you thought? What if you end up creating generational wealth for your family? What if you're the first one to go to college? What if you become the next president? What if you become an astronaut? What if you create a new invention? What if you succeed? We get so focused on what if I fail? What if I lose money? What if it doesn't work? What if they reject me? What if I fail the class? What if this? What if that? What if I get expelled from the college? What if people don't like me? But we don't think about what if people love you? What if people love that thing about you that you used to get bullied for? I used to get bullied for how much I talk. I used to get bullied for the sound of my voice. I used to get bullied for how like animated I am. I used to get bullied for just being who I am. But now, when I freed myself from the past and I decided I'm not going to let that, I'm not going to let all them people from the past keep holding me back who not in my life anymore. When I let go of that, I was able to step into who I truly am. I was able to be somebody who shows other people that it's okay to be you. Yeah, people might not like you. Okay? Yeah, some people might make fun of you. Yeah, I get hate comments on my videos sometimes. But I don't care about that. Because what matters most is being you. What matters most is living your life. What matters most is being the captain of your ship rather than listening to the people who are in the tiny little life raft screaming and insulting you. I hope that made sense. We often allow the shade from a tree that has no fruit to tell us that we can't. We will allow people who aren't even trying to tell us that we can't. We will allow people who have never tried to tell us that we're going to fail. We will allow people who haven't dipped their toes in the water to tell us that we can't swim. We will allow people who have never stepped foot to tell us that, oh, you're not going to make it. It's going to fail. What if this happened? What if that happened? We will listen to people who are unqualified tell us that we can't, and we will ignore that voice inside of us that says, you can. You can do so much more than you think you can. You can be so much more than you think you can. You already are so much more than you think you are. Because when you think that, oh, I'm just little old Lawrence, no one's gonna like me, no one's gonna subscribe, no one's gonna watch my stuff, no one's gonna show up, you stop yourself from having the life that you were destined for. You block your own blessing by doubting yourself. You block your own blessing by thinking that you can't. You block your own blessing because you don't even put it out there. You might be the best musician in the world. You might be the next Michael Jackson. You might be like the revolutionary in your field. You might be that person who creates something that changes the whole world. But I know I'm gonna like it. I know I'm gonna buy that. People don't want that. Imagine if Steve Jobs didn't make the iPhone. Imagine if Henry Ford didn't make the car. Imagine if the people who made Wi Fi never created that. Imagine if the people who made the rocket ships never did that. Imagine if the Wright brothers never made the first plane. Imagine how different life would be if the people who created the stove never made that. Imagine if the people who made the refrigerator never made that. Imagine if Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla and all them never made the light bulb. Imagine that. Imagine how different our life would be. We would be living in like huts probably. We would be living in like little wooden shacks if it wasn't for that. We would not be able to get on the internet and put a message out there. We wouldn't be able to have the internet and YouTube and music and streaming services and light bulbs and all these things. Imagine that. But we start thinking, oh, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. I'm not the next Michael Jackson. You don't gotta be the next Michael Jackson. All you gotta do is be the one and only you. Oh, I'm not the next Steve Jobs. You don't gotta be the next Steve Jobs. All you gotta do is be the one and only you. Oh, but I'm not the next Thomas Edison or Nikola Tesla. I'm not that smart. You're smart enough to know what you know. You're smart enough to know what you know. I'm well aware that I don't know everything. I'm well aware that I'm not the best at everything. I'm well aware that I'm not the most talented in every area of life. But what I do know is that when it comes to doing what I do, the way I do it, oh, I'm the best. The best there ever was and the best there ever will be. And that's the way you have to think of yourself. That, okay, you might be an artist, okay? Let's say you make paintings, right? And you make paintings of dogs. I'm just throwing an example out there off the top of my head. You make paintings of dogs. Now, there's other people they do cartoon dogs. There's other people they do realistic dogs. There's other people they do all these different styles. But you have your style. You might do a dog and the body has graffiti letters and the letters make the shape of a dog. That might be your thing. Oh, but no one's gonna buy that. No one's gonna like that. There's somebody who likes that. There's somebody who likes that. There's somebody who you put a song out, right? And you might make country rap music. It's like a cross between country music and Chicago drill. There's somebody who's gonna like that. You might be somebody who you want to make like shoes, you make clothing, and you make these purple shoes and they glow in the dark. There's somebody who's gonna wear that. You might be somebody who you want to make YouTube videos and you want to make these, I don't know, like motivational videos, but in the background they got an EDM house trap mix. There's somebody who's gonna like that. You just have to take the first step. Your idea might seem silly to other people, but when the Wright brothers said, "Oh, we're about to fly," everybody made fun of them. When Steve Jobs said, "Yeah, I see y'all with the phones and all the buttons, but yeah, we ain't doing that," everybody made fun of them. When Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla and all them said, "Oh, we're gonna make the first light bulb," everybody made fun of them. Everyone makes fun of you until it's a success. You're delusional until you win. When Kobe Bryant said, "I'm going to be the best basketball player that ever was," look at this guy. Everybody say that. But when he was in the gym at 3 in the morning, when his teammates came to the gym, he already was done working out, and then he started working out again. And when they left, he started working out again. You're delusional until you win. You're delusional until you're a success. You're delusional until you make it happen. And when that happens, you're undeniable. You can't, it's undeniable that you are who you are. It's undeniable that Michael Jackson made some really good music. It's undeniable. It's undeniable that you have the skills needed. It's undeniable that you are who you are. It's undeniable that if you go out there and you take the action and you do what you need to do, that you're going to create the life you want. It's undeniable. But the problem is we stop ourselves. We stop ourselves from even trying. We stop ourselves. Now, why is that? Because we allow what somebody else said from the past to keep us prisoner. Imagine you in a cage, you locked up in prison, and the person with the key is you, but oh, I can't let myself out because what mom and dad and brother and sister and my third grade teacher said. I'ma stay in prison. I can't let myself out because what if they make fun of me? I can't let myself out because of this person. I can't let myself out because of that person. But you're the one with the key. You're the one with the key to your success. You're the one with the key to your freedom. You're the one with the key to changing your life. You're the one with the key to changing your family's life. You're the one with the key to changing the world, possibly. You might be the next president. You might be the next, like, mental health or civil rights or whatever activist. You might be somebody who is destined to do a world changing impact, but you allow what somebody else said to stop you from trying. You allow what somebody else said to stop you from posting that video. You allow what somebody else said to stop you from making that song. You allow what somebody else said to stop you from making that clothing brand. Stop you from starting that business. Stop you from going to trade school. Stop you from going to college. Stop you from the life that you're meant for. We allow what other people say to override us. Now, what can we do about that? Because, it's going to be people who make fun of you. It's going to be people who start talking about you. It's going to be people who leave mean comments. It's going to happen. But what do? We remind ourselves that they can say what they want. They can say what they want, but at the end of the day, when my results show, my results show. And it's not about proving them wrong. It's not about saying, oh, use your haters as fuel and all that. No, that's really like a dark emotion. What I'm saying is that we have to just remind ourselves that they're just saying what they want to say. They're simply saying what they're going to say. But at the end of the day, are you going to do what you need to do? Are you going to take the action? Because it's up to you to create a life that you're proud of. When you're 80 years old, 90 years old, 95 years old, you don't want to be one of those people on a deathbed saying, man, I wish I would have. Man, if I could go back. Man, I wish I would have talked to that person. Man, I wish I would have started that business. Man, I wish, I wish, I wish. Don't wish. Start. Don't wish. Start. When you go to your grave, you do not want to have a long list of, man, I should have. Man, I could have. Man, if I could go back, I would have. But you can't. All you got is right now. So I'm going to leave with this message. Are you going to stay a slave to your past or be the master of your present? Are you going to stay in prison with the people and the doubt and the worries of the past? Or are you going to unlock the gate and step out into freedom? Are you going to live the life that you want? Are you going to water the grass where you are and stop comparing the grass to the other side? I said that backwards. Are you going to stop comparing the grass and thinking that the grass is greener on the other side? Or are you going to water the grass where you are right here, right now? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, if you're interested in purchasing my books, they're in the link below, as well as one-on-one coaching calls. And if you're a podcast host, school principal, or run a youth organization, you can contact me at Lawrence@lawrenceharris.com. Have a good one.